Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with another introduction for a project on my channel. This project is not new to my channel at all. This is, I think, is it the 6th round or even 7th round that I'm participating in this. I will have it obviously in the title, but it is the Roulette Pan collab, which is finally back. Rebecca, Morgan and Alexi obviously started this project a while ago, and I think they did 2 rounds on their own and then they opened this up to everyone else to participate, and since then it's been a really kind of ongoing fun project with a lot of people participating in. Over the years it's been going, and I think when this is going up on the 23rd of September is the anniversary of when it was first started. But I'm excited that it's back, and I have really been missing this project because last time it ended was in January, and so it's been quite a while since I did this, but of course I was going to participate again because it's such a fun one, and I still have quite a few categories to get through in the 100 categories that they introduced. So originally they did 50 categories in this project, and once that kind of list started emptying out and a lot of people have already completed that list, they introduced the 100 item list, which I'm currently working on. So if you are new to this project, basically what it does is they just randomize numbers from that list, and each number corresponds to a different product. You work on 6 products at a time, and when you hit your goal on one of the items, you roll in something else from the list. And how I work on this is I try to hit goal on every single product or every single category in the list. So that's what I'm going to do today again, and without any further ado I am going to jump in and pick my product. But of course, before I do so, both Alexi and Rebecca, who are the creators, will be linked down below, as well as the collaboration playlist if they do create one as well this year, which I think they should. But everything will be down below linked, but let's just go ahead and randomize my items. So like I said, I am working on the 100 item list spreadsheet, but if I do get something that I already worked on in the past, I will re-roll. But I do have 1 through 100 here on my phone, and I'm going to go ahead and randomize my first number. And that is going to be 94. Okay, so 94 is your least expensive eyeshadow palette. I need to think what that is, but that is going to be the first item. Let's move on to the second one I'm going to roll in. That is going to be number 43. Number 43 is a product with boring packaging, so that is going to be my second item I'm going to work on. Let's go ahead and randomize the third number, which will going to be number 9. And 9 I've actually already used or have hit my goal on, and that was a product you bought because of the hype. So I'm going to go ahead and re-roll for that number. So the actual next number is going to be 72. Okay, so 72 is another one I already had. I haven't had too many in the list, so it's kind of funny that I'm getting 2 in back to back. But that was a color that you're always drawn to, but rarely wear. So that was that prompt, but I'm going to go ahead and randomize again, which is going to be number 8. 8 I have not had, and that is a product you always save for special occasions, or which might come in handy one time. So something that you really don't use very often, but you do kind of, I don't know, save for special occasions. So that is going to be the third item. Let's go back to my randomizer and randomize the fourth one, which is going to be number 100. Ooh, okay, let's see what the last item on the spreadsheet is, and what prompt that is. That is a product that's the only thing you own from that brand. Okay, let's mark that and go for the 5th number, which will be number 65. 65 I've already had, so I'm going to go ahead and re-roll. That was a warm toned item. And the number I'm going to go with next is 71. And 71 I have not had, and that is something your favorite YouTuber recommended. Some of these are going to be quite difficult to pick for, but I'm excited for the prompts. They all seem quite exciting so far. So let's see what the last prompt is going to be. Number 6 is going to be from 95. It's not going to be from 95 because I already had 95, so let's go ahead and randomize a new number, and that's going to be 83. Okay, so the last item I'm going to roll in is something brown, packaging or product. So there we have my 6 items. I'm going to go ahead and pick those out, and I will be right back. So I have no idea which order I pulled all of the items, so I'm gonna pull them in the order of what I remember next to me. So we're gonna start with this one right here, which is my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and I pulled this in for boring packaging. Yeah, it's just, these kind of compacts have never been my favorites, the ones that like open up and they have a compartment underneath. And just I feel like the color of this, the print on it, I mean, it goes with the vibe, but it just looks a bit cheap to me, and it's just something really boring. I never would ever pick up something like this for the packaging, so that's why I have introduced this. It's probably not the smartest product to pick because I'm already working on a different bronzer, but I still wanted to pick this, and I think I'm going to put the goal of using this 30 times. So that will be the first product, and like I said, 30 times will be my goal. Next up we have something that I picked for something brown, and I decided to go with an eyeshadow from my Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. I already have quite a few of pans in here, but I do want to pan on something else. And the shade that I have decided to go with is going to be the shade up here, which is Cypress Umber. It is a really deep brown, but it's still a brown, and you could choose something that was the packaging or the product. So I decided to go with that one. I'm missing a really deep brown in my rotation at the moment, so I feel like this would be something that's really nice to incorporate. And I do want to hit as many pans in this palette as I can because it is getting older, so that's why I'm rolling in Cypress Umber. And if you haven't caught it already, my goal with this will be to hit pan. Next up we have two massive palettes, and if you know the brand, you know what this is. This is for something that you save for special occasions or that will come in handy one day. And I decided to go in the first half of the prompt, which is something that I save for special occasions. And I decided to go with my Cleona eyeshadows. I don't only have Cleona in these. One of these palettes have just Cleona eyeshadows. And that is what this one looks like. I'm missing one because it is in my Shop My Stash at the moment. But it's such a beautiful palette, and it is... These are basically multi-chromes if you aren't aware. I don't know if you can pick up the shifts on camera. But yeah, that is the first palette, and that is where I have majority of my Cleona multi-chromes. And then I have the second one as well, which I have a few more with. The top two rows here are the iridescent shades, as well as some other indie shadows. But what I decided to do is I want to add all of these in because the Cleona eyeshadows are definitely the first thing that I think of when I want something for special occasions. My goal with these aren't necessarily to hit pan or anything like that, but I do want to get more use out of this. So what I decided to do is I'm gonna put a goal of using 10 of these eyeshadows that I have not yet played with, because I have not actually worn all of these on my eyes. So I want to reach for 10 of these eyeshadows specifically from Cleona. And I want to reach for them at least once, but it has to be shades that I have not yet played with from the range. So yeah, use 10 of them at least once. I think that's a reasonable goal, and it also means that I will get some more use out of these beautiful shadows because they are stunning, and I really should reach for them more often because they're also rather expensive and they are just amazing eyeshadows. Next up we have the only thing they own from that brand, and this was really difficult for me. I tried to go through my collection over and over and over again to try to find something that I only own from this brand, and I don't think I could find anything else but this product. So this is the only product that I own from this brand, and that is my Clarins Instant Light Lip Perfector in the shade 02. And the only reason why I'm only have this in from the brand is because I actually panned one of these. I had two of these before, but now I only have one. And now when I have panned the other one, I really think this is the only thing that I own from this brand. So I'm gonna roll this in. I'm torn on what to do with this because I know how long these take to pan because I panned the other one. So I don't even think I will be able to use this up in the project. So because of that, I'm not sure if I want to try to pan it or if I want to put a different goal. So I think what I decided to do is I want to use this 100 times. That's a really big goal, and it will give me some good head start on using this. Because it is a nice one, and the formula is really moisturizing, so it's something that I can pull, like just apply if I need something on my lips to moisturize them. So I'm gonna put 100, and I don't think I'll be anywhere close to panning this because it is literally like all the way up to the top. But at least then I will have some visible progress on it, and it still will give me a challenge in this project, so that's what I'm gonna do for this one. So we have two more to go, and I'm crazy because I have both picked eyeshadow palettes, so I have them right here. The next one is for this one, which is the cheapest eyeshadow palette that you own, and I'm pretty sure it is this one. This is my it's basically my Colourpop 9 pan palettes. I believe those are the cheapest ones that I have in my collection, and I decided to go with my Going Coconuts because it's one of the only ones, or it's one of the few palettes in my collection that don't have pan yet. So this is what it looks like, and I basically will have a goal to try to pan on one of these shades. I think it will probably be either Palm Reader or Cocoa Crush. I haven't decided yet. I think I will definitely decide by next update and then focus in on that shade specifically. So yeah, we'll see which one I go for, but I'm want to hit pan on one of the shades, and once I hit pan on one of these, that is when I'm gonna roll this one out. So that is gonna be the second to last product. And then the very final product, which I already got a sneak peek of, is my Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette. So this one I'm actually currently working on in my Shop My Stash. So I have gotten a little bit of use out of this now, but it's relatively new in my collection and I haven't played around with this nearly enough. And again, as you can see, it is one without pan in my collection. And this one, I have a really hard time picking my favorite YouTubers. So what I decided to do is pick a palette that is recommended by a lot of different people here on YouTube, specifically some of my favorite people. And this is a palette that is really raved about, and a lot of people say this is their favorite palette. A lot of people say it's like a really good like mix between colorful and neutrals, which it is, and it's just a really like well-rounded palette, and I really love it so far from where I've like played with it. So again, I think my goal with this will be to try to pan on one of the shades. I don't know which one it's going to be, but I think it's probably going to be one of the more neutral shimmers. Necessarily what I played with so far, I really like Frazzle down here. I like Supernova, so I'm guessing it might be one of these two. It might also be Gold Glitch down here, but we just have to see. I want to play around with this again and not decide yet, because I haven't even played with all of the shades and I've worn them on my eyes. So I think I'm going to continue playing with this in my Shop My Stash, and after that I'm going to decide which shadow to work on, and again I will update you on that at my next update. And there you guys, I have my 6 products that I'm going to start this project off with. I'm very excited to be doing this again, like I mentioned, and it's just so fun, and it's a really innovative and fun project. And I feel like this is kind of where the whole like roulette style and randomization and the prompt thing came in, and it has really created a lot of other projects from it. Maybe not directly, but I think a lot of people got inspiration from this project, so I'm really excited to be doing it again. But yeah, please make sure to check out Rebecca and Alexi down below, as well as the playlist, and otherwise I will catch you in my next one. Bye guys.